Hey folks, welcome to Bear Mountain. Today what we're doing is, this is a nice day in early November. Well, nice for us here anyway. We have
It's not raining.
it's not raining, so that's a positive for us. So what we're going to be doing is taking advantage of this kind of break in the weather and getting a lot of our fall bulbs in that we kind of been delayed on because of the way the weather has been going around here. And so we've got this area that's we kind of cleaned out last year. It's a semi-shaded kind of edge of a couple of really big trees. We've got a maple tree and a nice big pin oak tree. So in the spring, before things leaf out, this can actually be a bit sunny in terms of early spring. And what we wanted to do is put some color in here that was kind of give us from a February on into maybe early April until things kind of warm up. So what we're going to do is we got certain varieties here of tulips. It's called Preston's Shogun. I probably really butchered that name, but it's a soft yellow orange and kind of an early to mid, so it's kind of probably going to be somewhat in...
You're dropping a bunch.
Oh, I am. I'm dropping them. Oh my gosh. Well, they're already planted.
The idea is they're a little shorter than the typical tulip, and maybe the deer won't spy them and eat them. So we're running the risk of having these out here, not in fenced area with the tulips, but maybe they won't spy them.
Yeah, that's our theory.
Yeah.
We're sticking to it. So we got these guys, and then we've got
Lots of daffodils.
Lots of daffodils and some purple sensation alliums. These will probably, based on our experience here, they're typically pretty late for us, so they're probably going to be kind of more like a May thing,
right?
In terms of our spring. And we're zone 8B, by the way. Maritime kind of climate. And we've got a couple varieties of daffodils. These are kind of, we tried to get them kind of like a mix. Is on one of them is called the top 40, and that would give us an early all the way through late. So early for us could be blooming as soon as maybe around the 1st of March, or even late February, I should say.
Maybe not this year because we're kind of late.
Well, we'll see what happens, but yeah, we're maybe a couple 3 weeks off.
Right.
And then we've got a variety here called Charm Offensive, and it's a white, soft yellow, and what's called mid to late. So it's going to be, for us, daffodil season-wise, would be probably late March and into early April. That's kind of tends for us, our daffodil season kind of tends to go, could be as early as February, and then as late as to maybe almost mid-April, depending on the varieties.
And I bought these because they were kind of a mix. This is an unlandscaped area other than some columbines, ferns, some roses, and rhubarb. And then we're going to be going down to the blueberry area and finish planting some more. And it won't be finished. It was just like, let's get started on something that will come back year after year. And so I went with mixes of daffodils. And once I get a look on what that looks like into the next season, then I can add other bulbs or plants in here to really finish it, make it really a nice area to look at.
Yeah, and we transplanted a bunch of self-seeded columbines, pink petticoat, and they naturalized really pretty well in here. Plus we have some sword fern that we also found that grew naturally on the property, and we transplanted those guys, and they seem to make it through the summer pretty good. And then in this area we have some rhubarb that is now gone dormant. And so we're just going to it's not going to have a pattern or anything. We're just going to try to, get a good mix of things laid around. And that way we have a bit of everything here. And you may notice that we have quite a few bulbs for an area that's maybe only about 6 feet wide by 25 feet long.
But I wanted to go through the roses there.
Oh, so you want to go all the way down?
As
Oh.
far as we can.
Well, you didn't tell me I had that much work.
That was my plan. Not to tell you, no. That was my plan when
Okay.
I ordered these. And what's left, then we take them down through the blueberries.
Okay, that sounds like
and
a
it's
plan.
not going to be all perfectly great looking the first year. It's just the beginning. So
Right. So
that's my plan.
how we're going to plant is trying to make this as fast as possible without, digging a lot of holes individually. So I'm going to be using what's called a bachigata. And you might have noticed I did a short on, how to tighten up the handle on this tool about a week ago, I guess. But this is actually an excellent hand tool for digging a small hole very quickly. Typically, if you're focusing in here, what we can see is when you swing this thing, you can get 3 or 4 inches in the ground, pull the ground back. You might have to, maybe, depending on what's in there, roots or something, it'll go right through it, and we can plant. So depending on how good you are at swinging this thing in the right spot you hit, we can easily then just dump, a bulb in it. You cats are really... So tulip bulbs, when you plant, any bulb, whether it's tulips or daffodils, there's a root end and then there's the sprout end. A lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter, just throw it in the hole. You can do that, but basically what you really want to do is just make sure that the root end is down. This thing has to be about 4 inches deep, and just push it back over and we're done. So that's basically as fast as this will go. And then we're doing it in a random pattern, so I'm just going to
Please don't line them up.
No. So I'm going to make certain that as I move that I don't, go back and try to dig more holes around what I've already dug and then whack what I've already planted. So that's important. So that's basically it. When we finish with this pin oak tree that's right above us, plus our maple tree, are going to be shedding an immense amount of leaves here very, very shortly. And we're going to use all of these leaves and try and put like a mulch over the top, which should work really well. Give us about a 2 to 3 inch mulch starting out. One thing we notice about the pin oak leaves, they don't tend to mat down as bad as the maple leaves. So we'll probably just kind of mix them up and then use that as a mulch all the way down, cover all the bulbs. And that will be it, and nature will take its course from that point forward. So, gotta get to work.
Let's get started.
Yep. Well, it took a little longer than I thought, but we were able to get in this afternoon. We're kind of going to run out of daylight here pretty quick. We got this whole area on the top done, and we ended up putting in 130 naturalizing daffodils and 25 of the purple sensation alliums and about 100 of the little tulips, the Shogun tulips we were talking about. And it's going to kind of cover this whole area right here that's just right below this little retaining wall, and it should look pretty good. The alliums we kind of mixed in with the roses to kind of give that kind of like a little purple when the roses begin to bloom.
They're a companion.
And they should be alliums and roses kind of get along together, so that should work out pretty good. I think, this kind of finishes up for today. We got 100 of the top 40 daffodils that we're going to plant down by the blueberries down there, and then we've got some extra alliums that we're going to kind of mix in with our bearded iris in our fenced garden area. So it's pretty good for an afternoon's work.
Yeah, and we still have another box of more bulbs that are going to go into our pots.
Yep.
To go on our
those
deck.
Are all tulips, right?
Yep, they're mixes of tulips that are kind of a collection, and they're going to go into our pots that go on our
Yeah,
deck.
so these pots are be like, what, about 12-inch
Yeah.
or maybe bigger, a little bit bigger than that.
Right.
So anyway, this job's done.
This job's done. It's going to be beautiful. So once we see stuff come up next spring and it starts to bloom, we'll give you another show.
Yep. So stay safe out there, folks, and we'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.